and similar groups are better agents of justice in this age, the 21st century will continue to witness sparks and flames of food, anger, and public indignation against governments and all institutions representing them. To publics who feel they are forgotten, forsaken, disenfranchised, and emasculated human beings in any state should remain interminably loyal to expired ideologies and obsolete liberation credos of yesteryears. All that we claim to be our rights in this age were attained through protracted struggles, often sanguinous, brutal and wearisome. And now, from Denmark to Zimbabwe, Honduras to China, Australia to Syria, we are being taught, conditioned, and threatened to believe by those who wield state powers and other obscene influence that our marches, our protests, our resistance, our voices, our cartoons, our graffiti, our songs, toy talk, and other demands for our basic dignity, life, liberty, and livelihood are dangerous as sparking of terrorism. Whether the influential few running with decadent profiteering economic systems in every country, and indeed the capitalist machines of war, will perpetually sustain this shape of affairs or not is a matter dependent on the agency of ordinary folks, the teeming billions of unrecognized toilers, those in the lowest rungs of the human being, and the have-nots. This is the intersection where human security meets human agency. In the face of the hordes of unemployed youths, collapsed social security and welfare services, ramshackle public health services, and numerous elderly pensioners deprived of basic needs and medical cover, mounting costs of corruption, amidst other horrendous indices of state failure, ignoring human security as the primary foundation of stability is the launching pad for impending upheavals against the recalcitrant government. After all, world history teaches us that nations that ignore their poor and their weak soon implode or go up in flames. The attainment and sustenance of human security will be contingent upon respect for all human rights, which was the core of the UN at inception. The correlative of that is the commitment of all and pursuit by all in exploring how the human security, that slide you saw shows where taxpayers' money has been going to fund the humiliation of men she can never meet in corners of the street. In exploring how the human security concept can provide a more holistic approach, grounded in people's realities and the potential limitation of current policy frameworks. The conglomeration of all international, regional, and national development, health, human rights, climate, marine, and security apparatchik will have to commit to advance human rights with dignity and to ensure the concept of human security is incorporated into all their programs and planning. The next engagement, Mr. Rector, that should preoccupy security writers and interest groups is how to calibrate and analyze incidents of human security, compliance or non-compliance. In other words, how do we know if we are there yet? Or how do we know if state is in violation. Various measurement approaches have been canvassed, although there is yet to be a universally accepted consensus. The conversations in which some notable states like Canada, Ireland, Norway, and Japan, as well as so many social justice activists and civil society organizations, have participated in searching for ways to build a broad-based, effective movement and to compare serious attention to this realm of spirituality and the exploration of human security as a path towards a new, equitable world to encourage us to continue in the study, practice, and sharing of this important dimension to building a just human society. Concluding remarks. The assumption is easily made that state security means security for the people in the state. But as the history of this past century has abundantly revealed to us, state security does not automatically translate into the security of human beings within the state. What more? It must shock every human being that in an age of cutting-edge technological advancements, more people are being killed by their own governments than by foreign armies. Among the foremost problems that humanity faces is that of mindsets, including the way people think about and perceive one another, the principles of tolerance and mutual respect, the issue of our multifaceted diversity, and inferior tendencies in the global north. In a world endemically fractured and systemically jaundiced, sheer hatred is often dressed in the garb of superiority. Utter xenophobia, as you can see in 2008, and racism masquerade as nationalistic zeal, crass mediocrity and incompetence parade as quality and leadership, embracing exploitation of the weak mimics the appearance of beneficial mercantilism. This lecture summarizes my entire career, which to date has been about understanding this and other phenomenal human problems and seeking cross-disciplinary ways to ameliorating their effects, including adding an alternative voice to entrench mindsets of fear, hatred, domination, exclusion, and rejection. The totality of my preachments abides in the fundamental values of respect for and protection of the rights and dignity inherent in every human being, everywhere. I am eternally convinced that if we were to imbibe these values, whether as persons in authority or as government, our world will only be the better for it. However, in recognition of the futility of utopia and the remoteness of an Eldorado in our existence, my stance is that ordinary human beings themselves must assert, confess, demand, and promote the freedom, equality, and dignity of all peoples towards the end of changing attitudes and mindsets that are contrary to the security of human life, liberties, and livelihood. After all, they say, eternal vigilance is the price of liberty. Mr. Rector, when my views and published works are gathered after me, some will commend me as a transcendentalist.